Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another speed build video for you today, and this time it's in the Monsters Inc. house. So we do have a Mike and Sulley Monsters Inc. house skin in the game, and since there's every chance that Mike and Sulley are coming this month, which I do really think is going to happen, I think it is going to be this month, I wanted to kind of decorate their house because it's been left bare. So that's what today's speed build's all about. So we have 4 different rooms in this build. The first room is like a central seating hangout area. And with this build, I kind of wanted to go very 60s, 70s-esque, very bright, very colourful. Basically, actually, it was this orange couch that inspired this main room. I wanted something that really had those vibrant colours, interesting shapes and things like that. So that's why we have this very eclectic, very busy central living space. The next 3 rooms that we do move on to are a living room which is more directly inspired by the Monsters Inc. film, so the actual like loft apartment thing that Mike and Sulley live in. Then we have a bedroom which is very sort of, again, that kind of industrial loft style build, which we have for the bedroom. And then the third room is like this party room that I set up. The idea is that there's like a central dance floor with a DJ booth and actually 2 opposing almost like kitchen sides, bar sides kind of thing. One with there's like a red setup and a blue setup, which I thought might be funny. It could be like a Mike versus Sulley kind of thing. I don't know where I got that idea from, but that's kind of the direction I went in. But yeah, I really wanted to get this build done because, like I said, I do believe that Mike and Sulley are coming to the game this month. I am very excited to kind of have them in the game. I'm always excited for more characters, even if they're not characters that I'm a particularly big fan of. It's just nice to get that new content. And I've got to admit, we have not been starved for content. I feel like there's still so much I need to do in game, so much to do on Eternity Isle. So I feel if you have the DLC, you've been kept very, very busy. So yeah, I'm I'm excited to get them in though. I'm hoping that with the addition of Mike and Sulley that they actually fix the issue in game with the doors. So some of you may be aware or might not be aware, but actually doors aren't obtainable like in game at the moment. There was a range of doors that you could buy from Scrooge's shop and they're just not showing up anymore. Which I think is a real shame, because like I love being able to customize the doors and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that either Gameloft fix the issue, or the other alternative that I was thinking of was that when they introduce Mike and Sulley, they could sort of introduce almost like a door shop or something like that and give us the option to customize more doors or just make more doors available. I mean, it does make sense with like the whole Scream Factory and going through doors to kids' bedrooms and things like that. So I think it would be the perfect tie-in and the perfect time for them to fix the issue. Now, it could be that actually this issue is intentional. Maybe Gameloft specifically removed the doors in order to bring in some sort of system with Mike and Sulley. I don't know whether that's accurate or not. It's obviously me speculating, but that would be a nice kind of thing for them to do. So I'm really hoping that they do that, especially because these plain green doors I'm not a big fan of. I would love it, like, even if they just kept us with those doors, if they would give us the option to change the color on it, like change it to a white, change it to a blue, just so that we could have a bit more of a variety. Now actually at this point in the speed build, I'm having serious issues with these Eternity Isle shelves that you can craft. I just can't seem to get this speaker up on there. It was like glitching out. It wasn't going up there. Then I realized that the shelf was actually attached to the wall backwards. So like the brackets weren't against the back of the wall. So I think it was having like the issues like you get sometimes with the bookcases where they seem to want to almost like attach to the outside of the wall rather than the interior. It was a bit frustrating. I finally managed to get it up on the shelf, and then when I exit out of the furniture mode, it glitches and goes back onto the floor. So that wasn't fun. So there's a few moments in this speed build where you can see I'm sort of struggling with that and everything like that. But yeah, this is more of the like seat-in area. Again, more inspired directly by the actual Monsters Inc. film with that kind of like industrial feel. So yeah, I mean, I started off pulling out some items specifically to the Monsters universe theme or universe, and then I just added in some extra pieces of decor here and there. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a fun build. What are your predictions for Mike and Sulley coming to the Valley? What do you think they're going to bring? Do you think Gameloft are going to finally fix the door issue? Do you think it's possible that they might introduce a door store of some kind? I mean, I guess there's every possibility. Are you excited for them potentially bringing new clothes or just new decor to the game? I feel like when Jack came into the game, they didn't really add much to the Scrooge store. But when Belle and Beast came to the game, they added a ton of decorating items. So I am very intrigued to see if they actually bring in some more items with Mike and Sulley. That would be kind of fun and exciting to see. So let me know what your predictions are down below. Also, when do you think we're going to get this update? I am thinking potentially it'll either be the 13th of February or the 20th. That is my initial guess as to when the update's going to come. We got our last update on Tuesday, the 5th of December. So that's why I'm going for the Tuesday date. But it is possible that they could change the update day. They have done this before. We've had updates on Thursdays. We've had them on Wednesdays. So yeah, we could have a different update day, but I'm thinking somewhere between the 13th to the 21st is when we're likely to get this update. Just based on the star paths, usually there's a week to claim the in-game items. And then from that point on, Gameloft usually do about a week of promoting for the next update, and then the update will drop. So that's why I'm kind of thinking 13th to the 21st, because I'm thinking we're kind of coming up to that weekend, or we've had a week of collecting those final bits for the star path, claiming our tokens and things like that. And then yeah, that will give us a couple of weeks for just like downtime for when Gameloft can start promoting the next update and things like that. So my guess is between the 13th to the 21st. What do you all think? Here we are in the bedroom part of this build. Now, for this build, I was originally going to have two of the same bed, like using the Monsters Inc. bed. But then I thought it might be funny to have like the smaller bed for Mike and then a bigger bed for Sulley. Just because obviously Mike's quite small and then Sulley's quite large. So I ended up going with the pallet bed, which I thought was fun to use because I actually do like the pallet bed. I think it looks pretty cool. But I just haven't really been able to use it in a build yet. And I thought it worked with the kind of like, as I said, like this industrial loft style of build that you kind of have, which is a bit more reminiscent to the film. Then I just added in this homey rug because I felt like it was just pulling in some of the colours quite nicely, some of the browns and the blues and things like that. I did try and stick with a very industrial look. Obviously I've got a lot of the brick wallpaper as well, and the rough plank flooring, which I thought would work. I do also use these, they're like golden fish plaques. I don't know how else to describe them, but I thought they might be fun to use as like pretend like awards for like, you know, when they're in the Screen Factory and, you know, Employee of the Month. I should have actually used the Employee of the Month sign in here. I can't believe I didn't think of it till later, because that would have been great as well to use, the Monsters Inc. Employee of the Month wall art that you get with the update. I'm sure I can make one of those and quickly add it in. But as per always, it's always when I'm like editing a video or things like that that I suddenly get another creative idea and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? But yeah, I like this build. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm really hoping that we do get some more like on theme Monsters Inc. items, just so I could maybe expand upon this build or redo some items, change some things around. Like I really would love a more of a club dance floor vibes kind of thing, but I just don't think we have the pieces for it, maybe, or at least in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are just more creative and would be better at decorating than me. One thing that I did keep forgetting to do in this build that I had to remember was to put in lights. I kept forgetting to do it. I was like, oh, I forgot the wall lights. Oh, I forgot the ceiling lights and stuff like that. So I'm always like just about to leave a room and then I'm like, oh wait, lighting. So yeah, but then I had to decide on sort of like flooring for like the dance room vibes. I wanted something that kind of stood out a bit, like in terms of color, but just didn't look weird. So like I went against the candy flooring because I felt it was too Vanellope vibes. And I just wanted something with a mix of colors. So I ended up going for this green terrazzo floor, I think is how you say it. I'm not 100% happy with it. I'll probably change it out. Like I said, I wanted something with very like partier vibes and I just couldn't find the right flooring for it. And actually the colors in this room are fairly muted, which isn't the vibes I was going for. So definitely something that I would love to change. Maybe if I get some more wallpapers and stuff like that, it would be fun. It'd be nice to have like a disco flooring, like multicolored light up floors. I think that would be super fun. And I think that would be a really great addition to the game. I am really excited to see if Mike and Sulley's addition to the game does actually bring more of the Forgotten storyline in. So a lot of people have been theorizing that the Forgotten storyline continues because on the roadmap, Mike is stood outside of Skull Rock, which I think would be a super great thing to do to further that storyline. But I was kind of hoping that Skull Rock would have ties to like Peter Pan or Tinkerbell, basically those Neverland kind of ties, just because it's Skull Rock, so it's just so synonymous with them. And for some reason I don't see them adding in a surprise Peter Pan character. As much as I would love it, I just don't think that's gonna happen. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with Skull Rock. I mean, there's every chance, every possibility that Skull Rock could tie to Neverland. It could tie to something like that. But just have Peter Pan and Tinkerbell coming around. There's every chance we could have that happen. And that they're not specifically in Neverland. But that's how I would want to introduce them, is through Neverland. I think that would be fun. But I'm not game lost, so yeah, but I am excited to see if more of that storyline does continue. To be honest, I think I would much prefer to find out more about the dark castle. Is that what we call it? The dark castle, you know, the one that the Forgotten was in. Because there is that doorway that you can't get through with like the Atlantean symbols around it. That's something I would really love to explore more of. I was a little bit gutted that Jafar was tied, or at least when they showed Jafar at the end of the first part of the game, the first act or whatever it was, um, I was kind of hoping Jafar would be tied to the Dark Castle more, but he doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to have any sort of ties to the Forgotten. So I would love to go back to the Forgotten Castle and explore some more of that, to be honest. But here we are at the end part of the video. I'm just doing a walk around all the rooms, just showcasing how they are, how I finished them. Let me know what you think of this build. Did you like it? What ideas have you got for Mike and Sulley's house? Leave them in the comments down below. Actually, talking about Mike and Sulley's house, what do you think the house is going to be? I have a feeling it's going to be the Monsters University house. But let me know what your theories are on that. Before we wrap up, I do want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to anyone who likes and comments on my videos. You mean the world to me. And to my channel members, your support means everything to me, and I really, really appreciate you. You guys are just the best. And thank you so much for becoming a member. It really means the world. Anyway, I will leave the video here, and then I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!